Today I am going to quickly jump right into what I did for these two areas to change up the look from winter to spring. I'm always about making changes without having to go out and spend a ton of money. So utilizing things that I've already had and maybe adding one or two new items. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Key from House of Kiana over on Instagram. I'm also the owner of the blog Affordable Luxe Living, found at www.affordableluxeliving.com, where casual comfort meets style, affordability, and creativity. I'm going to get started in here first. So talking about the obvious here, this is done in a very informal way today because I am getting ready to watch my team play in the championship game. Of course, Eagles. I try to do informal most of the time, but completely dressed down. So jersey it is. But moving right into what I did into this area for spring, I actually left the table setting, the plates, the silverware. I just removed the wood logs that I had on each of the place settings, and I changed up the centerpiece. The centerpiece that I had down this area was, of course, a ton of miniature logs with some magnolia wreaths lined down the center, and then with some snow-topped pine cones, some mini snow-top pine cones. I pulled all of those up, and this particular spring season, I wanted to go very vibrant, but I also wanted to keep things simple. So I just bought in 2 bouquets, and one of them is, this one is my absolute favorite because these are bougainvilleas, and I've always loved this plant in real life. So when I found these stems, yes, they are faux, but when I found them and I read the reviews looked really good. It had some high marks, and a lot of people were saying they looked very close to being real. So I took a chance on them. They came in, and I gotta say, they look incredible. Yes, you can look at the green portions of them and tell that they are faux, but the leaf portion of them, or I should say the flower portion of them, looks very close to the real deal. So I bought in a bouquet of these. Instead of using them in the other area, I decided to place these on the table, and then to offset that with a smaller bouquet right in the center of the table. And so while this one does have some pinks in there, I'm going to turn around here, it also has reds and some darker tone greens in there. So in all honesty, doing this one, I feel like it could go right into the summer as well. So this may sit here for the entire spring and summer look. So that's all I did to the table. I removed the centerpiece that was there, took up the wood logs that were with each place setting, and then I just brought in 2 bouquets to set them on the table, and I offset them. Now in this bouquet, I added some sticks just to give some additional height, some additional drama, because I do like a little bit of drama. And just this full bunch wasn't doing it enough for me, so I put a couple of tall sticks in there, and I love the way that that turned out. I took up all of the trees that I had back here, and I just went with this. It is one of my favorite pieces I think that I've got to date. These are glasses that I actually use every day when it was in the kitchen, so I don't think this will be staying in here for forever. This is definitely going to be going back into the kitchen because I actually use all of these. So having them easy access front and center on the kitchen island, and I just can grab a glass or two throughout the day, is like great for me. So that's all I did in here. I left the 2 high back chairs, and these will probably be in here for a while to come. And I feel like that gave it a really nice spring feel in here. It's vibrant, it's slightly airy, and it feels light and pretty for spring. Now, coming into this area, I switched things up a little bit in here because I wanted to open up what it felt like coming into the house, and I just wanted a little bit more change in this area. So if you'll notice, one of the swivels is sitting right here, and then the other swivel is sitting over there. So I'll give you a different angle of what that is looking like. But before I do that, I want to give one tip that I typically use when I'm bringing in some greenery or florals, or if I'm doing something with a specific pattern on a pillow cover, is that I have some florals on the table right here. So this is another thing that I moved in this space. This console table used to be sitting right underneath this art piece here. These lamps have moved around this room a couple of different places. The last place they were before they landed here was in front of in front of the big windows on that side over there. So I moved the console table and put it behind this couch here because I wanted to give some additional visual interest here that was going to tie in the look for this space and that space, but I wanted it to flow nicely and feel very fluid. So this bunch of faux florals is white with like some pink tones on the edge of the petals here, and then some additional darker pink tones, and these are like some mini bunches here. So I'm gonna pull this out and show you just what this looks like in here. It is very simple, very easy to put together some floral bouquets for your place. You just pick whatever florals speak to your heart. For me, I do love a bougainvillea, so that is one of my absolute fave trees. You can get them in a small version, larger version. And then of course I love roses, and I love peonies as well. So anyway, the tip that I want to point out really quick is I like to do things in threes. So when I have a piece that is a standout and I want to highlight it, I typically work around that in threes. And so you can see here with the bougainvilleas back here, and then these miniature bouquets in the vase back here also tie into the florals here. So when I do them, I don't do them in a straight line where you may not be able to see one or the other if you're looking at it from a certain angle. I always stagger them. If you look at it from this angle, you have it here, then off to the side just a little bit, you can see the center vase with the red florals in there, and then a little bit higher just behind this one you can see the bougainvilleas. So I wanted to share that little tip if you're one of those people who have difficulties with figuring out how do you put florals in your space and make them work where they allow the eyes to kind of dance around the space and give a ton of visual interest without feeling like it's a bit too much. That is one of the tips that I'd like to share with you. I like to do them in threes, and while they may not be exactly the same, they are very, very close and very similar in look. For this particular area here, I changed up the swivel chairs, and we went from having two of them right by the entryway when you walk in, and I use them that way because I was really thrilled about the idea of being able to utilize them for walking in, sitting down and taking off your shoes, or getting ready to leave, swiveling them around, sitting down, putting on your shoes, and then being able to use them as conversational seats for this side of the room as well. So I love the multifunction of them, but I decided to switch it up, and I wanted to lighten things up in the entryway area, and so I went lower than these swivel chairs. So even though they are low, I went even lower, and I took the green bench that I had over here and I used the green bench on that side. So using the green bench over here still gives me the multifunction of being able to sit on it and put on or take off shoes coming in and out of the house, and also being able to sit on it on this side and be in conversation with anybody else that is in this particular room. So I love what it feels like. I love how open it is. And then if you see back here, I bought in this tall tree from Magnolia line. This is from the Hearth and Hand line. And I had it in another area, but I thought this corner could use a little bit more greenery. So I bought it in here, placed it in the corner, and I am very happy with it. So one of the things that I want to show you, when I made the change from moving these swivel chairs from the entry area over to just different sides of the room, and I thought I would break them up instead of putting them side by side. I figured I would utilize the whole space and give a seating arrangement in all the way around. I felt like I now needed some small drink tables. And so I want to show you this because this is a great example of being able to mix high and low and still get a great look overall. Okay, so we'll come over and talk about it from this angle here. So with this chair, I felt like I really needed to have a side table here. And I went on a quick run to Home Goods to see if they had anything that would work. And so I came across these. I just kind of lucked up with them because at one point I was going to Home Goods a lot, and it got to a point where I wasn't able to find things that I thought would work well in the house. So I kind of slowed up on going. And so lately it's been very, very rare that I've visited. But I figured since I haven't been in a while, and we're changing out seasons, they might have some things in there that I could use. So I knew I needed some little small drink tables. And so I went on a whim and came across these. And what I love about these is that they are a great match to the coffee table that I have in here. What I love about this coffee table is you can go so many different ways with it. So even if I decided to get rid of these drink tables, there's other angles that I could go from. So it has 4 different elements in there, and I love that because it makes it super easy for me to work around it when it comes to like side tables, drink tables, end tables, console tables, and things like that. So none of these things were bought together, but they all work together. And bringing in these also to me helped the space feel a little bit lighter. I could have gone with a different style drink table or side table, but I chose these because it still allows the space to feel very airy. And they're small enough so if I wanted to use them somewhere else, I could. And I left the price tag on these because I wanted you guys to see just how much I paid for them. They were very inexpensive, and they are a piece that I think is totally worth the buy. I'm gonna do something here really quick and let you see just how light they are. So super light. It is a mixture of this metal piece here, chrome or brushed nickel, still matches with the table well, glass up top and then glass on bottom. And again, it was only $35. It was $34.99. 2 of them, and put them on the side of the swivel chairs here, and they just work perfectly. And so you'll notice here I bought in some yellow like spring florals to play off of the other colors that I have in here because I really wanted it to just feel like a mini little explosion of spring in the space. In the chairs here, the pillow covers that I decided to use are the same ones that I used for this past winter. So I didn't go out and buy new pillow covers for this space. I really like these pillow covers and think that they could go with probably any season. It just depends on what you pair them up with. But I love the fact that they play off of the different tones in the rug. The rug has like different tones and textures, and I love that it just gives a ton of visual interest. And I feel like this pillow cover just kind of plays right in line with that. So same pillow covers that I've had for this past winter, kept them in here. And then on the coffee table here, this is actually one of my favorite coffee table books, but not because all of the photos in it are great for display. A lot of the photos in here actually have kind of like a dark feeling or a dark vibe to them, but there are just a couple in here that I really love, like lions, tigers, elephants, but there's some other dark stuff in there that I'm not the biggest fan of. Interesting photography, but I'm just not the biggest fan of what those photos look like. So I decided to just keep 2 of my favorite pictures open here on the coffee table. And then I also bought in a faux floral bouquet here. This is exactly the same as I had sitting out last year. I just put them up and then plot them back out just as they were. I wanted to bring this color onto this side to kind of play off of what was going on that end over there. So I didn't want it to be front and center on top of the table. So I figured I would kind of play with it, put it underneath here and give it sort of a peekaboo moment there. So where your eye still catches this pink hue over here, it's not like in your face. All right, and so then talking about the console table here, these are just some bookends that I came across. These are marble bookends, and I actually still have the price tag on them because I found these at the same time that I found the drink tables there, and they were $7.99. So I decided to get them because I actually do need some bookends, and I needed some nice bookends. I don't have any books in the center of them yet, but I thought they looked nice on this table because I love the white and the staggered look that they give, and just them kind of playing with the candles here. And then of course this is where my Tina Turner book landed, so she's here for now. And then I just love the reflection of the table. Anytime I put this table back here, I love the reflection that the mirror gives of the florals that I have sitting on it. And then depending on the angle that you're standing in that area, it also gives a reflection of whatever floral arrangements I have in the area back there. All right, and then for the couch here, I bought in some white pillows and this white throw. And this is actually an old fall pillow that I had. I'm gonna flip it around because it says Hello Fall. It's an old fall pillow that I had, but I really liked the green, and I like that the green matched the swivel chairs, so I just turned that around and set that right there. All right, so that's what I've done in this area to switch things up from winter to spring. I switched around the seating arrangement, bought in some vibrant florals, bought in an additional green tree, and I forgot to mention my faux olive tree over here. I took all of the faux moss off of it, and that's definitely made it a little bit more brighter, airier, and definitely gave it more of a spring feel to it. For fall season, I can tell you for sure I'm definitely going to be bringing the faux moss back to this tree. Is it going to be sitting right there? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to bring the faux moss back because it switched up the feel of this tree tremendously from spring and summer to the fall and the winter season. So that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this content and found some inspo in it, I hope you will hit the like button and subscribe, and then share with others so that they may find me in the community. That's all. Bye now.